listening to the Virtuous Machines podcast. In this podcast, we dive into the world of AI and philosophy, learn from each other, and help building a world where ethical and responsible AI bring us together. My name is Amir Kiani, and I'm your host on this podcast. Hello friends, welcome to Virtuous Machines. This is the first episode of my podcast. All journeys start from a first step, and I'm really excited that you're here with me at this very first step. I hope you continue staying with me during this journey that we have started together. The journey that I'm sure will be full of interesting unknowns, opportunities to grow, and to learn about AI and about ourselves. I think it's a good idea to tell you a little bit about myself, this podcast, and why I'm launching it. For those of you who don't know me, I am Amir Kiani, a philosophy PhD by background and a data and AI practitioner by profession. I was born in Iran and I currently live in Toronto, Canada. My undergrad was in mathematics and my master's and PhD both in philosophy. I currently work as a senior analyst in the healthcare industry, and I have recently launched my practice as an AI ethics and safety consultant. Even though I spent over 24 years of my life in academia, at a certain point I began to feel a growing disconnect between the research being done by myself and other academics and the real-world conversations and needs emerging outside that bubble. There was a gap that, for a long time, made even simple conversations with non-academics pretty difficult for me, almost like we are speaking completely different languages. For this and other reasons, I eventually decided to leave academia and join the industry. Given my technical background and the state of the broader tech world, it seemed like a natural fit to work in was the AI and data space. I joined the data science bootcamp about 2 years ago, built up my knowledge and a skill set, and eventually published a book on the mathematics of machine learning algorithms. But here in the industry, too, I encountered a different kind of gap, this time within the industry itself. While fast-moving and filled with brilliant people, the tech world often prioritizes performance, efficiency, and scale over deep questions about meaning, responsibility, and long-term human impact. Ethical frameworks are sometimes reduced to checklists, and many of the recent public conversations about AI on platforms, podcasts, and panels, I kept noticing what was missing. Decades of research in philosophy, cognitive science, political theory, and other fields that have grappled with issues like consciousness, moral agency, autonomy, and the nature of intelligence. These insights are rarely translated into language that industry folks or general public can engage with. Since I moved to Toronto about a year ago, I started giving public talks about various intersections between AI and philosophy, whether ChatGPT has a mind, the ethics of autonomous systems, and the most recent cutting-edge research in both fields. Without realizing it at first, I was already on a new mission to help fill the gap that I have been navigating for years, the gap between rigorous research and real-world engagement, between abstract theory and everyday practice, between what we know and how we build. Through my talks, I notice how thirsty people are to know about these issues, things that are often explored in closed or quiet research communities using the technical language that won't connect to the average person. Through my engagements and the feedback I received, I learned that with my background and skill set, I can help bridge the gap by talking to people who build AI, implement it, regulate it, or control it. That's also why I launched my AI ethics consulting practice. All of this brings me to the mission of Virtuous Machines. What does it try to achieve? How is it going to be? And who is the audience of it? In Virtuous Machines, my goal is what I have alluded to a few times already: to contribute to fill up the gap between advanced research in AI ethics, philosophy of mind, consciousness, and related issues, and making it accessible to the public. I want everyone to see the beauty of standing at the cutting edge and provide specialized views about the timely and important matters in this time and age without hype or total disregard for these matters. And I hope this inspires the next generation of AI practitioners, researchers, and decision makers who would also want to build safer and more efficient world that brings us all closer together. I will only be a voice to advocate for that world. As for the format of the podcast, at least for now, it will be hybrid and flexible. Sometimes it'll just be me unpacking recent research or revising classic perspectives on AI, ethics, consciousness, and related questions. And other times, I'll be joined by guests, people who are building AI systems, who are regulating them, philosophers, researchers, designers, and those thinking hard about the future we're shaping. The goal is to mix reflection and dialogue, so we can explore both the technical and the human side of this transformation together. If you have been listening to this point, I want to thank you. I really appreciate it. I also want to ask you, like your friend, to support me and this podcast in any way you can. By subscribing to it, sharing it with a friend or colleague who might be interested, or rating it if you think it adds value to you. Also, if you know people and organizations who might be interested to be on the podcast, please let me know. You can comment here or just go to my website in the description and contact me. All right, this wraps up this episode of Virtuous Machines. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, stay curious and take care.